Hey everyone, Ramdy here, and let's face it, editing a multicam podcast with multiple people in it kind of sucks. Because you always want the person who's speaking to be on screen, right? But sometimes you don't, so you're gonna have to go through and make all those decisions and edits manually. There's nothing fun or creative about it, it's just tedious editing work. But not anymore, my sweet, sweet podcasters. Because with Descript's new Automatic Multicam, you can make well-edited, visually engaging podcasts in just a few clicks. Let me show you how. Okay, so I just finished filming a podcast in Rooms, our remote recording tool, and my footage is set up into a nice little multi-track sequence for me. And if you don't know what a multi-track sequence is, that's okay. It basically just allows me to edit multiple audio tracks as one singular file, so everything stays nice and lined up while I edit. Now, there's one big jarring problem with my podcast. It looks ugly. So I want to cut back and forth between speakers and visually clean up shots where there's more than one speaker on screen. So instead of doing this all manually, yuck, I'll simply go to Underlord and click on Automatic Multicam. And this is where the magic happens, baby. I can choose if I want to only show the active speaker at all times, or I can choose to have Underlord automatically add in cutaways and reaction shots while the speaker is talking. And if there are moments with a lot of back and forth dialogue, Underlord will go back to a wide shot to avoid rapid disorienting cuts. So I'll stick with automatic here, and here I can choose the frequency of cutaways. I'll stick with occasional. Here I assign my video tracks to my speakers, and here I can select a template to use for my podcast. I can choose from Descript's library or from my own. Now I'll just click submit, and that's pretty much it. You can sit back and relax while Underlord does all the work and gives you a shoulder rub. Okay, well, it doesn't give you a shoulder rub, but that'd be nice. And okay, perfect. Now let's be honest here, you're probably gonna wanna make some tweaks or adjustments to Underlord's work. So let's go through how to do that. For example, I want this shot change here to happen a little bit earlier in my video. So I'll just select the scene boundary and drag it where I want it to start. And in this chunk of the podcast, I wanna cut to an entirely different shot. So I'll make my scene, and if I go to the layer tab, I can choose the specific speaker I want shown. And if I click here, I can choose a specific layout to apply from my selected template. And I can also just change my template altogether if I want a different look. And if there's a specific graphic, like a social media handle, I want to apply to multiple scenes, I can simply copy the layout from the scene rail and apply it to any other scenes I create. As you can see, this makes editing multicam podcasts not only so much easier, but it drastically cuts down your tedious editing time, which leaves you with more time and energy to focus on the creative stuff. The stuff that humans actually like to do. And not only that, it just generally leaves you with a better looking podcast. So when you throw that puppy up on YouTube, where there are billions and billions of people just thirsting for engaging, fast-paced video of people talking, your podcast has that much better of a chance of finally finding the massive audience it deserves. Man, all this talk about podcasts is getting me excited. It's making me want to start a new one. But what would it be about? I don't know. Maybe it can be like a retro thing, like back in the day they had silent films, silent podcasts, right? No, that won't work because of the silence thing. I'll workshop it. We'll see what happens. All right, see you guys in the next one. Bye.